West Indies Cricket, Caribbean Cricket Podcast. West Indies Cricket, Caribbean Cricket Podcast.
Ah, boy. My name is Machel, St. Patrick here at one half the Caribbean Cricket Podcast. Welcome to the live watch-along between the Trinidad and Tobago Legion and the Guyana Rainforest Power Rangers. This is the fourth game of the Breakout T20, and it's been a down-rotten tournament so far. I've nearly watched... How much have I watched of it? I've watched all but the Barbados innings from last night. And even that I watched this morning. And I'm honestly, like, if we're going to speak freely and we're going to speak honestly, the quality has been down horrendous. It's been down dreadful. What was the game today? Jamaica Titans versus Leeward Islands. What are they called? What's the Leeward Islands team called? Leeward Islands Infernos? Is that their name? Or is that Windward Islands? Anyways, Jamaica started off okay in the power play. They had who was it? Kurt McKenzie and Leroy Lugg, and then Jordan Johnson came in. So I'm looking at the highlight. I'm looking at the game now. The game's just started, by the way. Django and Josh De Silva are opening for Trinidad, and Jadea Blades has got the new ball. He got a bit of swing in that first game, actually, for Guyana. Yeah, so anyway, so Jamaica had Leroy Lugg, Kurt McKenzie, Jordan Johnson at the top. And the thing is, this has been a similar thing in every game I've watched so far. They get outside the power play. Some teams lose 3 wickets in the power play because they don't even have the experience to know how to navigate the power play. And then as soon as it gets into the middle order spin-overs, nobody knows what to do. And it's really highlighted that one's cut through in front of point region for four, Amir Django. So Trinidad have dropped Camille Puran. So it's Django and De Silva opening. So yeah, anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, as soon as it gets into the middle overs, like over 7-14, because a lot of these players are young and inexperienced, I'm noticing that loads don't know how to navigate the spin that comes on, and the games just start stalling. People can't back quickly. They can't up the ante. They can't rotate strike. Basically, the similar problems that we see at the international level or the CPL level, we see at the lower level, which makes sense because obviously it all has to start from somewhere, right? Edge gone. Jadea Blades gets one to move away slightly, ever so slightly from Amir Django, and he nicks off to Kemal Savary, and we've got our first wicket after 3 balls. Django gone for 4, Trinidad 4 for 1. Yeah, so Joe Bob says, I think this is spot on. Joe Bob says this tournament is the pinnacle of background noise while doing something else. Exactly that. So when Jamaica Leeward Islands was on earlier on today, I had it on, and it was just on, but I wasn't even paying any attention. Like I would look up every now and again, but it was so shit. So I was like, I can't even watch this. Obviously, Kofi James did bits and pieces and so on and so forth. But the standards, like, if people are going to be honest, because I know that you have to try and... I don't have any responsibility on Caribbean Cricket Podcast to sell the tournament. No one's sponsoring us. No one's paying me. So I'll talk the realness. The quality is shit on the whole. Like, you get... Every match, you get 1 or 2 players that stand out, and that's about it. Anyways, who's just come out? Cephas Cooper has come out to replace Amir Django. Let me put up the score. I don't even know why I'm doing this watch along. I just figured that I just do it for no particular reason. I've been like just doing life admin all day, and I was like, before I go to bed, let me just do at least the first innings. There's no way I stay up for this whole match. You must be mad. There's no way I stay up for this whole match at all. But I will do the first innings at least. So TNT are 4 for 1 after 0.3. Django gone for 4. Blades in again, trying to look for that in drift. And Cooper is able to push that one out to cover. No run. I think when I did the review show after game 1, I said that I'm never cussing CPL again, and I'm not, because now I know why CPL is shit. If this is the quality under CPL, then CPL's not to blame. I got a Mr. Kipling cake right here. Let me eat my Mr. Kipling cake. Why for that? Too much there. Good stop. Who's that? Samson? Samson at point stops it. They'll come through for one. Big up everybody in the live. Like, share, subscribe, all of that. Let me finish my cake. Let me finish my cake before I start talking. Cake tastes good. That cake's got to get me through the next hour. Oh my gosh. Again, too much swing there. Onto the pads. No rum. Yeah, Panda's got a point, to be fair. So Panda says, this is what TKR was trying to protect you all from whenever we put a Ute man at number 8. Yeah, it's been... Shane Sutherland says it's been absolutely horrendous to watch. Yeah, it's been so shit. The tournament has been so shit. Jaja, I feel sorry for all of us and all the players playing. It's been fucking dreadful. Sorry, it's been dreadful. I bought a new water filter. You see, ever since I touched that new, soon as that new water filter came into my yard, I've been drinking non-stop water. All of you hooligans who drink tap water, you lot are mad. Now I've got my water filter. I'm just drinking water all day, every day. Refreshing my body. You know what I mean? Good point from Machel Douglas. Machel Douglas says, I think we are guilty of expecting too much. I think that's fair. 90% of these guys have no idea how to play T20 cricket. I also think that's a good point. They just don't. Yeah, so actually, Machel, so something I tweeted earlier on, and I stand by it, is the 3 games so far have felt like, when you're watching a really shit Super 50 match where the game's just going nowhere and man can't rotate strike and it's big shot or out. A lot of these games have felt like a really condensed and distilled version of Super 50 where the play is just slow and stodgy because the players don't have the skill set to play a good game of Super 50. And that's what I feel like we're seeing in this T20 tournament, where the players don't have the skill set to play a version of T20 cricket that we're used to. So that's why the quality's been so down bad. Oh, Ashmead Ned has taken the second over. I didn't even realize second over had started. Trinidad a 6 for 1. Yeah, leg spinner mandate has to. So for those who don't know, the leg spinner has to. Sorry, so I learned today that you don't actually have to play a leg spinner in every game. The leg spinner has to play in at least 3 of the 5 games. And in those games that the leg spinner plays, they have to bowl at least 3 of their 4 overs. So I'm agreeing with Sachin there. I think that's a good rule. And even the bonus points are a good rule. They're all good things to help move the game on in the different phases. Good shot there, pushed through the covers off the back foot from Cooper, 4 runs. He moves to 6, Trinidad 11 for 1. Yeah, so yeah, Jay, that's why there wasn't a leggy in the earlier game, because you don't have to play one. You only have to play them in 3 of 5 matches. Let me update this score anyway. So Trinidad 11 for 1 after 1.4 overs. I wonder if Fireball's at the ground. Not Fireball, Werewolf, sorry. Trini Werewolf. I wonder if he's at the game. And again, forward from Cooper and pushes that and sets off for a quick run. Score moves to 12 and 1 ball is remaining of the second over. So who was good in the early game? Kofi James hit like 39 off 18 balls, which makes sense again because he's above this level of football. Off the back foot, Josh De Silva, and again, back push. That wasn't so much a punch as a cut. Either way, it's the same result as Cephas Cooper. 4 runs, and that brings an end to the second over. 11 off it. Ashmead Ned's first over, and Trinidad are 16 for 1. I was just finishing watching the Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn fight. That's why I'm up, because I knew that fight and all like the post-match stuff would finish just before this match starts. That's why I said to myself, I might as well just do a watch along, because I'll still have energy from the conclusion of that fight. So that's why I'm here. Anyways, Judea Blades continues. Third over. He bangs in a short one. That'll be a wide ball. Oh, no, it wasn't just one over shoulder height. That isn't called a wide. I thought it was a wide, to be fair. Machel says, I like the leggy from Trinidad last night. Who was that again? Who was Trinidad's leggy? Bidassi. Was that Navim Bidassi? Was that him? I can't remember I don't know who their leggy was. And again, Cooper goes to the big old heave hole, but Judea does get good swing up early doors. That's probably why he was on, or is on, Darren Sammy's watch list, and why he's already got a West Indies international cap against Bangladesh. Obviously, it was horrendous, the debut, but it's why he's on the. It's why he's in the kind of like say watch list for the West Indies select, because he's a left-handed bowler or left-arm bowler, sorry, and gets early movement off the track. Again, that one cuts in on Cooper. Cooper plays down the wrong line completely. Lucky to not get an edge on it. Too good for him. No run. Errol says, couples who watch cricket together stay together. WG Grace. I've never got gal through cricket. Never. I've barely ever spoken to gal through cricket. Cricket, all you get through cricket is bare man. Bare man is, if you want man, then that cricket's the sport to go to. Again, in this time forward in defence, Cephas Cooper, no run. If Judea can just get this a touch fuller, I think he can bowl down Cooper here. Just too short in his length. But then he might say if he pushes it through fuller, he'll lose some of his swing. But I think he should try to go a bit fuller. He can bowl Cooper down, you know. Anyways, let's see what he does. This is 2 more balls left of the third over. Oh, that one was a touch fuller, but Cooper reaches it. Quick single. Pushes it down to the man at mid-off, 1 run. Yeah, Mikael Louis got a second ball duck earlier on. Yeah, because who was the bowler? Javar Royal bowled slow left arm lollipop, which is kryptonite in the Caribbean. Mikael Louis planted his front foot, got nowhere near it with the bat, bowled down. You see, when I see a man come up with slow left arm lollipop, I know someone's getting out within 6 balls. Soon as I see it in the Caribbean, you're getting bowled down. Final ball of the third over, Judea Blades into Josh De Silva. He's on 5, pushes that into the leg side. No run. That brings an end to the third over. Trinidad 17 for 1. Yes. 17 for 1 after 3. That reminds me, on Monday, I need to buy my tickets for Ireland. When I say tickets, I mean actually to fly to Ireland. I'm not paying for no ticket to get into the ground. No way. Even if I have to push past security, I'm not paying for no ticket to get into the ground. I don't pay for tickets to get into sports grounds no more, you know. Impossible. Although I did on Monday when I went to Swindon versus Bromley. I actually did pay to get into that match, but that's rare. Jay says the ball from Bishop to Cooper was a thing of beauty. No, I don't buy that. I think Cooper should have been able to defend that. Watch it back. It's a good ball, but watch it back, though. I think Cooper didn't deal with it properly. Anyways, Ned in left arm lollipops. On that one is pushed Cooper's forward in defence. No run. Bromley are in 13th place. Or are we 12th? We might be 12th, actually. We've got one game left of the season, which is on Saturday. And it's been a fantastic season. We've got the top scorer. Other than Mo Salah, our striker, Michael Cheek, he's the Englishman with the most goals in all of the top 4 divisions in the country. Here we go. They must have heard me just cussing that ball, so they've just shown it. Okay, it was better than I'm saying, but still. I still think Cooper should have played that ball better. Anyways, Ned into De Silva on the back foot. Fielded at point no run. So I don't know if anybody has heard, so I'll do a video on it next week. But long story short, the Guyana Cricket Board has released they've released or sent out a press release basically saying that Kevlin Anderson, and again off the back foot, they'll run through for a quick one there. Kevlin Anderson and for Sammy Permol are going to the High Court of Guyana to submit, to challenge and appeal their fines from Cricket West Indies in the 4-day championship. Basically, something along the lines of they've besmirched our name and therefore we want our names cleared. We didn't do anything wrong. I strongly advise everybody go and find this press release because it's quite interesting to me. Now, within the press release, they say that Permol and Anderson's argument was that the match referee, that one dissects the short third man and the point fielder, and there's going to be 4 runs there. Anyways, what do they say? Sorry, going back to my point. Yeah, that's it. Permol and Anderson said that the match referee gave them no option. So they said the match referee said to them, either you accept this fine, or if you don't accept the fine, you have to go to a hearing, and at that hearing, you could get a fine and or a ban. So the players' argument, and obviously this is all going to come out in the wash, but the players' argument was they felt like they were forced into accepting the fine. Now, I'm reading this press release going, hold on. Nowhere within your own press release does it say that the option was, so if a match referee says to you, your options are you either accept this charge and take the fine, or you don't accept the charge but run the risk of getting a fine and a ban, that's not forcing you to accept the fine. That's telling you what your options are, right? Now, I still maintain that if they genuinely believe they did nothing wrong, then you'd choose the second option, would you not? You'd go to the hearing and you'd say, I did nothing wrong. I understand by going to this hearing that if you find me guilty, I could get a fine or a ban, but I did nothing wrong. I still don't. So, like I say, I need to go and get more information, but no one forces you, unless man was put a gun to your head, no one forces you to say I'm guilty. Okay? Are you saying that the match referee was police? Now, and here's why I know that what the GCB are doing is pure insularity, because in the and also the fact that obviously they don't like Shaw Shallow and anti-Cricket West Indies, blah blah blah, right? Obviously, we already know that whenever a Guyanese or a Bayesian player is, or whenever the GCB or the BCA feels that a Guyanese or Bayesian player are under attack, they will, they would never in this circumstances say, well, boy, you've done wrong, you're going to just have to hold that. Because Guyana and Barbados are always at perpetual beef with the higher heads of Cricket West Indies, they always will jump on it and say, nah, we're defending our player, it's our countryman, and this, that. Cool. In the GCB press release, it said the following, right? I'll come back to it in a minute. Who's bowling? Oh, Jadair Blades, third over, slapped down the ground. So he did go Fuller this time, and he gets slapped. He gets given the punishment as a result. Cooper slaps that down the ground for 4. Trinidad 28 for 1. So, anyways, in the press release, it says, rather than just say, and the match referee said, it says, the Trinidadian match referee. Now, hear me out, people. If you are actually serious and you think this is a miscarriage of justice and you want to defend your players, why does the nationality of the match referee matter in this circumstance? Why was that even included in the press release? That is irrelevant to your search for justice. This therefore tells me that the fact that you have put specifically in it the Trinidadian match referee tells me that you're on a, and I'm not here to defend Trinidad, beef them if you want, but that tells me you're on a beefing thing. That tells me you're on a let's fight down Cricket West Indies thing. This ain't about Kevin Anderson. This ain't about Versamy Permo. This is about this is about Guyanese insecurity and wanting to defend your country people. That's how I see it. Obviously, I'll drop a video on it next week, and Couple Man will get vexed in the comments. But I've got to say it. I've got to say it how I see it, because I don't understand why a press release would specify the nationality of the match referee like that's supposed to be important. But we move. Blades in to Cooper. Cooper goes for the heave ho. Nothing on that. Thin air, no rum. What's the score? 28 for 1. Let me update the score. I don't actually know if it's 3.4 overs. I think it might be 4.4 overs. Let me just edit that, people. 4.4. Oh boy, I'm already tired. Right, Blades, two more balls left of the 5th over. Bangs this one in short. Cooper rocks onto the back foot and tries to uppercut smash that. Nothing on it. No run. Can I say something, people? Let me say something, because I was thinking this yesterday, but I was like, if I say something, are people going to think that I'm being bitter about it, or will they actually hear what I'm saying and take it at face value? So check this out, people. All of the comms on this, all of the comms on, I'm so tired. All of the comms for this breakout league is as follows. I'm gonna come back to it in a second. Last final ball of the 5th over. 4 off it so far. Again, well bowled. Bangs it well done. Gone. I don't even know if I don't think Judea Blades even appealed, or if he did, the cameraman didn't show an appeal. He banged it in short. Cephas Cooper had no idea what he was doing. Tried to like sway out the way of it, but it looks like the ball has brushed his gloves on the way through. Let me look at this one again. Bangs it in short. No, that's not come off gloves. That's just come off his sleeve. Dunce umpiring. That's why Judea Blades didn't appeal. It's come off his shirt. Yeah. It's down bad tournament. Down bad, horrendous tournament. Trinidad 28 for 2. That's why I was surprised when it was given out. I was like, what? Kemal Savary went up for the appeal. But I was so confused that he was even appealing. I couldn't see what the appeal was for. I know he didn't touch with the bat. He's nowhere near his gloves. But then this is a Caribbean. Umpiring is going to be down horrendous. If everything's got to be down bad, the umpiring might as well be down bad. Cephas Cooper was just standing there like, what? What's the finger going up for? Anyways, back to slow left arm lollipop. Oh my God. De Silva goes on the back foot, tries to dissect the fielders between point third man, short third man, and they fumble that for 2. That's an horrendous umpire decision. Horrendous. It's not even close. Anyways, Ned back in to Silver, works out onto the onside for 1 run. Yes, anyways. Here's the thing, right? Now, hear me out, because I'm not being a hater. It's going to sound like I'm making a hater comment, but that's not my point at all. This is more a general point that came to my mind yesterday. On the Breakout League comms, on the actual like stream, wherever you're watching it, whether that be Fan Code or ESPN, etc., right? This is who the commentators are. So you've got Nikhil Uttamchandani, Carlos Brathwaite, Joel Manning, Shakira Selman, right? All 4 of them are from Barbados. And then the only other commentator I think is Samuel Badri, who obviously is from Trinidad. Now, hear me out, because I'm not actually hating, but these are the type of things that go through my mind, because I'm always thinking of the bigger picture and just bigger things. It's not about the here and now, right? So I'm listening to the comms. I'm thinking, who has constructed the commentary team for this, right? That's what I'm thinking that's going through my head. Not because they're no good. Nikhil is good in his own right. I think Carlos Brathwaite is massively underrated. I think Joel did some really good stuff in Pakistan for the Women's World Cup qualifier. Shakira Selman's been on the scene for a while. It's a bat up and catch here. Bat up and catch. Yep. Dunsey cricket. Thurton out for a duck. Dunsey cricket is back. Slow left arm lollipop. Thurton didn't even move his feet and just did a bat up and catch straight in the air. This cricket is horrible. 31 for 3. Look at this. Left arm lollipop and just bat up and catch straight into the air. Jaja, Jaja. Jaja. I'm gonna reinvent myself as a slow left arm lollipop bowler, you know, because I will bowl down the whole region. 3 wickets gone. Guyana get the bonus point for 3 wickets in the power play. Anyway, so the point is, right? So I'm looking at the comms team going. This is a West Indian tournament, right? Or it's a Caribbean tournament, and we've got so many. We got so many different nations and islands within the Caribbean. And I'm not even going to include the diaspora, who I think are criminally underrepresented when it comes to everything to do with West Indies cricket. Guyana and Jamaica have so much of their population out of their own countries, right? That I often think, how do Cricket West Indies just treat the diaspora like we're not even there, right? But whatever, that's another story for another day. So I'm looking at the comms team. And I'm thinking, no, this isn't right. You shouldn't have 4 Bajans on the comms team for this tournament, because the message you're subconsciously sending is that they're the only good ones in the region. Now, that could be true, and I'm all for meritocracy, and I'm all for the best people getting the job, but shouldn't you be trying to spread this out across the region? Shouldn't you be trying to find a man or woman who's aspirational from a St. Lucia, from a St. Kitts, from a Nevis, from a now Sachin has made a good point. Sachin says there's no one in Guyana good enough to commentate. Okay, Guyanese, you can come for Sachin, but my point is, you can't find no one. Like, there's no one else? Are we saying that these are the only 4? And obviously Ganga must be in IPL. Ian Bishop is in IPL. So there's two Trinis are in IPL. Alex Jordan is doing her own thing at the moment in Barbados. But where is everyone? It can't just be that. Like, I don't know. I just think it's bad optics. I think it's really bad optics that you have a Caribbean tournament and 90% of the broadcast team are all from one place. I don't know. Me personally, I don't think it looks good. Even if they're the best for the job, I don't think it gives an accurate impression of what the Caribbean is. But anyways, that's just my opinion. It's not. I'm not. That's not a hating thing. It's just my opinion on the matter. Anyways, who's this now? Niall Smith is him. And Justice Silver just dabs that down and runs through for 1. In fairness, if there aren't people in the respective nations around the Caribbean training themselves up and skilling themselves up to even make their way forward to replace some of these people, then we're stuck with what we got, right? But is all I'm saying. Smith into Bidacey, and it catches the leading edge. They run through for a quick single again. Sorry, I'm looking for I think Panda sent it, so I'm trying to find it. The phonetical way of saying this guy's name, which I can't even find anymore. Well, no, Panda put it in the chat somewhere. My eyes are so tired, I can't even read the screen to find where Panda put it. If Panda's still here, put the phonetics for Navin, please, so I can say his name right. I think you said Badaci, but I could be wrong. Badaci, yeah, there you go. Right. Okay, so Josh De Silva is 11 from 11. Badaci is on 1 from 2. Got Trinidad at 34 for 3 at the end, or at the beginning of the power play. 6.3 overs gone. Down the leg side wide, they'll bowl that one again. I mean, the other question mark is this: is it only Trinidad and Barbados that are creating the opportunities for people to learn to be international? Well, first and foremost, national broadcasters, and then international broadcasters. I should do a tier list actually of West Indian commentators. If I knew how to create tier lists, I'd do it. But I don't mind Joel. Because Joel's got, to be fair to Joel, right? That one's full from Niall Smith, and that's pushed in front of square for 1. Yeah, I don't mind Joel, and let me tell you why. Because Joel has cultivated his own character. And I like the fact that he brings something different to the comms box. He's just as likely to do a comms on a piece of the action and then say something mildly humorous or observational that will draw my attention in the next kind of stanza of his commentary. And I've got no problem with that. That's wide. Was a wide if it'd been left alone, but De Silva chases it, gets a thick edge on it, but there's no danger there. 4 runs. Now, this is an interesting point from Joel. So what I would say, because remember, Joel's new in this, like he's only just touching the scene. What he will have to find, and look at me talking on it like I'm some expert, like I know anything. But what I think Joel will have to find is the fine line between doing the comms and recognizing when the jokes thing shouldn't be used and when it should be used. So at the moment, he's probably treading a fine line between that one goes after that one. Josh De Silva, there's absolutely no risk there. Spanked over in the air, over the covers, 4 runs. Trinidad 44 for 3. Josh De Silva moves to 19 from 13. Yeah, so he'll, as he gets more and more notice, because now he's had the ICC gig in Pakistan. That means he's on the radar, right? And that will mean that he'll have to find the balance at an international level between doing the comms and knowing the right times to dash in the jokes, right? Because what he doesn't want to be is he doesn't want to become like a Danny Morrison, who's basically just a joke man. Now, you could argue that Danny Morrison's joke man thing has made him very, very rich in CPL or paid him a wage in CPL. But you don't want to be too much of a joke man, I guess is what I'm saying. What you can't have, so lots of people here, so Fireball saying I miss Faz. So what you can't have is you can't have anybody who's, and I think Cricket West Indies have done really well here, and obviously the production companies, CPL, Breakout League, whatever, they've West Indies Internationals, they've done really well to cultivate a media team throughout the various different formats that doesn't actually say when we're shit. Like they've done really well to create a team that's essentially super positive to the point where, and you know that everyone's generally positive because it comes as a shock when you hear someone go, well, that wasn't very good. And you're like, oh, sugar, someone's actually saying that wasn't good. My favorite commentator is actually Badgery. There, I said it. I actually think I think Badgery has grown into whatever he feels comfortable. Like he's got his own voice, right? Obviously, some people don't like the kind of South Trini inflection or whatever it is, but I actually think Badgery has the right. He has the kind of right. He has the right percentages between being super knowledgeable, pausing at the right time, and also helping us understand what's going on in the game. People don't like the fact that he's clever or that he uses words that they don't understand. But if you actually just listen to Badgery, more time when you listen to Badgery on commentary, you're always learning something that you didn't already know, if that makes sense. And that's why I think Carlos is underrated, because when Carlos commentates, you're always picking up something new that you probably didn't know about the cricket. Those of you obviously watching this right now, next time when Carlos comes on comms, so at the moment it's Joe Manning and I think Shakira Selman, listen out for the next time Carlos comes on comms and just listen to the things he's saying and you'll see what I mean. He actually teaches you about the game. He's got a bit of a dry delivery, but you're learning when Carlos is on comms. Anyways, Kevin Sinclair is on, by the way. Trinidad are 46 for 3. Final ball left of the 8th over. Do you know Kevin Sinclair doesn't spin the ball? You know, he don't spin the ball. Not what? Imagine we've got a non-spinning off spinner. Like he don't. Bare of our bowlers in the region don't actually spin the ball. They just bowl like slow. In fact, I think Errol's just said they kind of bowl slow darts. So you assume because they've got the action of a spinner that they're spinning it, but they ain't really doing anything. It's almost they're almost slow bowlers rather than spin bowlers. And the thing is, I can't criticize it because they bowl down the whole region doing it. So why would they? Why would you up your skill set when you can get away with just with that kind of artillery and bowl down the whole region? So we got the leg spinner on this. The 17-year-old Riyad Latif. Josh Burgess says, create your ultimate commentary team with 4 people. But Josh, do you mean in the Caribbean or do you mean worldwide? Vincent says, realistically, who actually spins the ball in the Caribbean? Exactly. That's my point. None of these men really spin it. Anyways, the leg spinner's in. Pushes that. Who is on strike now? But Dacey pushes that past Latif for one. So De Silva is on 20 from 14 balls, but Dacey is on 5 from 10. Latif into De Silva, waits on that one, and again punches that down to long on for one. Just generally just rotating the strike here. This is the 9th over. Trinidad 49-3. There's no way, people, I'm doing this full match. You see, as soon as it gets to the end of the Trinidad innings, I'm locking this off. There's no way I got the energy to go all the way to the end. The match just isn't interesting enough for me to be able to stay awake all the way to the end. Again, waits on that, but Dacey and tucks it. Fielders are all a bit. There's no one really in the circle. They're all deep. They could have possibly run a hard two here. Carlos was saying earlier on in the Jamaica game. Actually, Carlos was cussing a bit because I think Kurt McKenzie and Jordan Johnson were on a strike, and Carlos was cussing, saying, "Why are they only running one?" He was like, "They've got to part of your." He was like, "Part of professionalism and part of showing that you want to make a mark is having the fitness to run hard twos." And he was like, "Look out for the lack of urgency." De Silva waits on that one and crunches it over deep mid wicket for 6 runs. That was the drag down from Latif. He hadn't bowled one in this over, but you can always rely on the leg spinner to bowl a drag down. And De Silva gives that the absolute treatment, 6 runs, and he moves to 27. He's on 27 from 17 balls, Josh De Silva. So Adrian Sukwa, the Guyanese guy from yesterday, obviously he'll be playing in this game. As I understand it, after doing some research, after watching him in yesterday's game, he's a 26-year-old journeyman from Berbice who has played some cricket in the United States, in minor league and some of those like Houston Opens and things like that. Played in Guyana, and then before this tournament, he was the highest, if I'm not mistaken, maybe someone will correct me, but I believe he was the highest run scorer in the some Guyanese T20 tournament. So that's why he's in the team. Who's in this now? Oh, Kevin Sinclair. This is rubbish, you know. Anyways, Sinclair dashes that down the leg side, and Dacey's just able to get a little bit on that, tuck it fine, 4 runs. Sinclair literally is just bowling a dart. Literally bowling a dart. There's not you're not trying to spin it, not trying to do nothing. You're just pushing it through. Tucked into the onside, 1 run. Slow going, you know. You know what? I have actually. Thing is, it's 1:15. I've got a Desperado in the fridge, but if I drink that Desperado, I'll try and convince myself that I can stay up for the whole of this match. And fam, I can't do it to myself. FR Legend says, which team looks the best so far, or is it too early to judge? None of them have impressed me. Leewards were all right, but Jamaica was so rubbish that I don't think you can use it as a metric. No one's impressed me so far. Okay, so the best commentators for the West Indies right now, if it was up to me, Faz, Bish, Badri. That one actually did get some bounce and grip there from Yeah, might have found a tiny bit of a crack there. Yeah, so who was the same? Badri, Faz, Bish. That's 3. No run there. That's the only other. Do you know I like Stacey Ann King, you know? I think Stacey Ann King is underrated. That's if we're throwing in a woman, then I think Stacey Ann King is underrated. So we've reached the halfway stage of the innings. I'm struggling out here. 62 for free. 62 for free from 10 overs. Fam. 62 for free from 10. I'll wait for the scorecard to come up because I don't know. This is why I can't watch CPL anymore. Look at me. It's Saturday. I don't even have work tomorrow, and I'm out here just scrambling. I'm looking. My bed's to the left. I'm looking at my bed, just going. Let me just look off this live and go to my bed. Like this. I just realized there's hardly anyone in the ground as well. You know, there's no atmosphere, no nothing. Oh my god, I'm so down, horrendous. How am I doing this to myself? Oh my gosh, I just realized what I haven't done. Oh, sugar. Hold on, people. Oh, sugar. Oh, flip's sake. 1 second, people. Have I done what I think? Oh my God, I'm such an idiot. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I knew I hadn't done something, you know. Right, people, this drinks break is taking time. So De Silva is on 28 from 18, but Dacey's on 11 from 16. And shit. And this game is just kind of just there. What I'm going to be doing whilst we're waiting for the game to resume, I'm just going to edit this because I'm an idiot. I thought I had done this earlier on, and I did not. What a fool. Breakout League. Breakout League. West Indies. Fuller energy. I didn't know that. So Nikhil's just said on comms that for the test series against Australia, all under 16s go free. So if any of you have got any youths or family who are under 16, make sure they go to the test match, people. Free, you know, about time. How long have I been saying on CCP, make the cricket free? Nobody wants to pay money to watch cricket, so just make the thing free for people. You're not going to lose by making it free. In fact, you might even get more. You might even get more money spent in concessions and the merch and the food stands, etc. Just make the thing free. YouTube's just told me that we've just hit 12k subscribers. Big up anybody. I didn't even say like, share, subscribe. Big up anybody who has just subscribed and taken us to 12k. I'll post about that tomorrow. Too tired to do anything about that information right now, but big up anybody who has helped us get to 12k subscribers. We are up. Right, who's this now? So Ned is back for his final over of left arm lollipop, and De Silva is able to push that into the mid wicket region for 1. Yes, so is it in St. Vincent? I can't remember. Yeah, it's St. Vincent. So the women's T20 Blaze starts on the 1st of May. Goes from the 1st of May to the 11th of May. I think press release came out yesterday on that. And that looks like out. Sorry, my feed went mad there, but Ned has got a wicket there. And it's absolutely horrendous cricket. Ashmead Ned darts one in wide down the leg side, and Badesi just helps it behind to the keeper. Oh my God. Fam, allow me, innit? Allow me. What is this that I'm watching though, cuz? What is this, cuz? Cuz the ball was wide. How you flicking a wide ball down the leg side? It's not even on your pads. How are you flicking a wide ball down the leg side to the keeper? Not even to a man in the outfield, to the keeper, you know. Oh, cuzzy. So this is why the Trini public ain't coming out to watch nothing. Why would they? Cuz thing is, what you lot are watching. This is the TKR team. These are your future TKR goats. This is your era. Panda, Fireball, Werewolf, Joe Bob. These are your TKR goats. When Pollard stops playing cricket, when Sunil stops playing cricket, it's all you got left is Puran, Akil Hussain, and these men as your goats. Oh my God. This is rubbish, you know. This is rubbish. I don't even think Machel Douglas is right. Like, we can't expect too much, but I'm in agreement with Machel. We can't expect too much, but where's the line between we can't expect too much and this is rubbish? Anyways, Ned into De Silva. De Silva on the back foot, no run. Only finds a cover fielder. Josh has got no helmet or cap on. Jid Gooley has joined him, by the way. Trinidad 64 for 4. 2 balls left of the 11th over. Again, punched off the back foot. Do they run a quick single, or is there dots there? Yeah, I think they ran a quick. Yeah, they ran a quick single. So Trinidad 65 for 4. 1 ball left of the 11th over. Ned to Jid Gooley, second ball at his face, and he's just able to push that down the ground to long off. That brings an end to Ashmead Ned's spell. 4 overs, 2 for 25. A couple of gimme wickets in there, but economical spell all the same. And Trinidad are 66 for 4 after 11 overs. Right now, I don't know what the predict viz is saying, but it looks like 120 might be good for Trinidad from here. King Kong says, put some crowd murmur sounds while you commentate. I think I've got one, actually. I think I've got a crowd sound somewhere. Let me find it. 1 second. Did I delete it? Did I delete my crowd sound? Where is it? Here it is. Hold on. Oh, let me get this. Let me find my... Where's my... Here it is.
Go suck your mother. Me ready for 1 hour no ramp with me and see me now. Flush on the face, pussy. Big up, go suck your mama. Go suck your mama. Gun them big in your mama. Go suck your mama. Me ready for run down your blood clot and gunshot you in this. And that me I tell you, you pussy. Me ready for yam up your blood clot. Me done me gun in your face. Go suck.
Ah, boy. Oh, my God. Anyway, Josh Da Silva slaps that one down to deep mid wicket for one. Oh, boy. Right. Trinidad 68 for 4. If you're new to the Caribbean Cricket Podcast, you need to know that I've got no behaviour whatsoever. Fielded, no run there for Jid Gooley. The thing is, so Joshua James is due to come in next. So I've got to suffer through this middle overs goal flow, knowing that Joshua James will come out and at least try and do something. But right now, nothing's going on. This time, Jid Gooley does go for the big shot, though, and that's brilliant. He's picked it up fantastically. High and away over deep mid wicket. And there's a 6. Yeah, that was in Gooley's arc. Was able to swing his arms. That woke me up, that shot. Yeah, that one woke me up. So Gooley is on 9 from 6. Josh Da Silva 31 from 22. And Trinidad and Tobago 74 for 4. Final ball of the 12th over. This one's full. Goes again. 1 bounce 4. Or was that straight onto the rope, in fact? That might have hit the rope full. Latif lost his shape there completely. It was a full toss. And Gooley was onto it in a flash. And it might actually be straight onto the boundary rope. Yep, flush onto the rope. I think that's a 6. Yep, they're good. There's a 6. Back-to-back 6s there from Jid Gooley. He moves to 15. 14 off that over. Timely over there from Trinidad. That might give their innings some impetus. So it's a good point here from Machel. Gooley should be batting higher. Yeah, I'm perplexed why he's batting 6, unless Trinidad have identified that Gooley is perfect in a finishing role. Is he batting 6? Oh, that's dead. Oh, what? I thought it was plum there. Has he got a piece of bat on that? I thought that was plum. Must have got must got an inside edge onto that. De Silva goes for the big shot and he gets away with it. Ned was coming in off the boundary rope. A backward square leg, but it's dipped. I don't. Ned maybe should have put a dive in. It's dipped just in front of him. Ned definitely got his fingers to it, and if you get your fingers to it, you probably should take the catch. In fact, no, it's not even just dipped on him. It's gone straight into his hands, and he's absolutely fumbled it. De Silva gets a life. Trinidad 81 for 4. Good cut, fine, but saved there. Save there at short third, no run. Shot from Gooley, but there'll be a fielder out there, backward square leg. Sorry, not deep point, sorry, not backward square leg. 2 balls left of the 13th over. Trinidad 82 for 4. Yeah, people need to send me some sound effects, actually. Let me see. Let me go back to my sound effects, see what else I've got. No, because everything else that I've got is just music. So I need to probably upload some sound effects into this. I need to like record myself doing certain stuff and then just use that as a sound effect. De Silva, big shot, deep mid wicket, 6 runs. Down on the one knee. Sinclair was too short, and that gave enough space and time for De Silva to clear his arms. There was absolutely no risk in that shot whatsoever. De Silva is on 38 from 25 balls. It doesn't sound, it's not being as fluent as the numbers sound, but he's on 38 from 25. This time he goes again. This time I might be caught. No, just over the backward square leg or deep square leg fielder. And it's back-to-back sixes for De Silva. He moves to 44. 2 really good overs back-to-back here. I think it was 14 off both. 14 off Latif, 14 off Kevin Sinclair. And just like that, Trinidad have moved to 94 for 4 from 13. Didn't know De Silva had those type of big shots in him, to be honest. Granted, the balls were there to be put away, but I still didn't know he had those type of shots in him. Right, so they go to Quinton Sampson. So Sampson yesterday, who did Guyana play again yesterday? Was it Winwoods? I thought he bowled well, Sampson. He's not fast, but he does get movement off the seam. Well, let's see how he goes. He's coming on a bit later. I feel like he came on earlier against Winwoods yesterday, but I saw him get some really good movement. Yeah, see that first one, pitch. Oh, well, it's a wide ball, but pitches, but does move away after it's pitched. So we want to drop back his length a bit. Yeah, not doubting that. Obviously, Josh has been in CPL, but this one, Gooley goes after it. But I think, oh no, I thought camera angle couldn't pick it up. I didn't pick it up. I think he's actually just caught a thick edge, and it's gone super fine over a short third man's head. Yeah. Not sure why Sampson is bowling that wide. Potentially he doesn't like the angle that he's got to bowl at for the left-hander, in which case he should go around the wicket. But he wants to pull this length back a bit. Oh, this one catches the under edge from Gooley. It's a good stop there from Kemal Savory. Yeah, so sorry, Josh has been in CPL, yeah, but he's rarely had CPL chances. So I mean, he's played in those bat up and catch T20 festivals that happen every 10 seconds in Trinidad. So he should have it in his game, but we just don't get to see it very often because he's not on a major stage with it. That one is a bit fuller, and more importantly, the line is better. So Gooley can only push that down to mid-off for 1. Okay, there are some people in the one stand now. There wasn't at the beginning of the game, but it looks like some people have actually turned up. I reckon there's about 150 in the ground on one side of it, that where the camera is facing. Yeah, like, share, subscribe, people. So if you're watching, De Silva doesn't even move his legs, just goes after it, and again just catches the kind of, doesn't hit it clean, catches the outer edge of the bat, drops in front of the deep point fielder. He'll get one there. That's straight. No room given to Gooley to do anything with that. One ball left of the 14th over. This is a good point from Shane, and it's something I've noticed in the first 4 games of the tournament. A lot of the cricketers, whether young or old, it's not specific to age. A lot of them have like a bun and cheese belly, or like a roti belly. And I'm looking at a lot of them thinking, so wait, are you lot not professional cricketers, or are you not taking this professional cricketing thing seriously? How can you have, like, I get it, like, it's possible in professional cricket to have a bun and cheese belly, but if you aspire to get a domestic contract with your country, so take someone like Adrian Sukwa, right? He doesn't, but he's a bad example because he doesn't have a roti belly. But take someone like Adrian Sukwa, he doesn't have a Guyana central contract, right? But surely he's aspiring, certainly after this tournament, to try and get one. So you have to treat your body as if you are a professional athlete. But sometimes when I see these like domestic games, I'm like, why is everyone's stomach so fat? Some of the people's stomachs are bigger than mine. Like, I'm not like over, well, no, I probably am overweight relative to height, right? But I don't look like I've got a big roti belly. I just look like somebody who doesn't like to run, if that makes sense, right? Or who hates exercise. But a lot of these cricketers, like, you put the shirt on them and you can see like the Shimron Hetmeyer belly through the shirt. I'm just like, what's wrong with these people? I swear you're supposed to be pro or aspiring to the highest level. I don't understand. Like, look at Niall Smith, for example. Niall Smith used to be a skinny Ute man. Now he's got a big, like, he got a 7 curry belly. Anyway, he's in. That one drops short, cramps up Gooley, but they'll run through for one all the same. I'm just actually now waiting for cameras to zoom in on people who've got a roti belly so I can emphasize my point. So anyways, Gooley is on 22 from 15. De Silva is on 45 from 27. And there's 6 overs to go before I can go to bed. So Niall Smith into De Silva. He's eyeing up a half century. Drops it in short. De Silva just leans back on that one, guides it down to third man for one. I need to get a trim. I need to get a trim tomorrow. I need to shave. I need to shave. I might drop a conscious album this summer, you know. Like drop a Taurus Riley type album. What are you lot saying? You ready for my Taurus Riley album? I might drop a conscious album this summer, you know. Broomy. Anyways, Niall Smith into Jid Gooley. Tucks him up for room, cramps him up, no rum. She's royal, so royal. I just want her in my life. If I had Taurus Riley's glasses, I could slyly pass for Taurus and grow out my beard more. I could pass for Taurus Riley, you know. That's on the leg side, flicks it, and I think that's gone straight for a 6. Fielder couldn't come round at deep fine leg. I think that's gone for a straight 6, you know, from Gooley. Just waiting for the boundary. Just waiting for the replay. Nah, that's 1 bounce 4. So it's not a 6. That's 4 runs for Gooley. Yeah, my favorite Taurus Riley song is my phone. I'm using my phone. I can't. Do you not know see how many people know Taurus Riley properly? Do you know the song "It Will Come"? After this, or even now as you're watching, go to YouTube and type in Taurus Riley NPR. I think he does it in his NPR sessions, maybe not, or just type in "It Will Come." I think it's called like a musician's theme. Taurus Riley is a bad boy singer, you know, a real bad boy singer. Look at these young youths. They don't know about Taurus Riley, you know. CCP audience must be young. They don't know about Taurus. Mike Wong, what country are you in? And then I can tell you where you can watch the game. Anyways, Josh waits on that one. But because Smith bowled that into the pitch, pace was off. He can't really work any energy into that ball. Gets the 1. That brings an end to the 15th over. 110 for 4. It's a good recovery here from Trinidad because they were going nowhere at one point. 64 for 4. I think at maybe like 11 overs, or was it 12 overs? I can't remember now. But Gooley and De Silva put on a really good partnership here. Kevin Charles, you can watch the cricket if you're in the United States, it's on ESPN. Mike Wong, you can watch it on ESPN Caribbean. Backs away to Silva, trying to create some room. Lucky he didn't get bowled down there. Anyways, he guides it down to a deep point for 1. Slapped down the ground by Jid Gooley, but it will only go as far. Oh my gosh. My gosh. Straight down to the long off fielder who bends down. Who is it? Who is that? Is that Kevin Anderson? Bends down, schoolboy cricket, straight through his hands, straight through his legs, 4 runs. Oh my God. Trinidad 115 for 4. Gooley this time goes aerial, but there's someone under that surely. No, it plugs in the outfield and they'll come back for 2. So 7 runs from the first 3 balls of Sampson's over. Gooley and De Silva, 54 off 32 in this partnership so far. Oh, what the hell? Shit, what the fuck was that? This one full wide Yorker length, and Gooley can only squeak or eke that one out to deep point for 1. Gooley and De Silva finding this quite straightforward at the moment, setting it up nicely, whereby if one of them comes out, that Joshua James can just go straight after the batting. Sampson into De Silva. De Silva tries to goes way to the 10th stump line to try and paddle it round the stumps. Nearly paddles it onto his own stumps, but they do run through for 1 all the same. So Gooley 34 from 21, De Silva 48 from 31. Really good partnership this from the 2 Trinis. The final ball of the 16th. It's well bowled by Sampson. It's on the pads, but Gooley couldn't do anything with it. Potentially was there to be slapped away, or certainly tucked behind square, but no run, and that's the end of the 16th. Trinidad 119 for 4. De Silva on 48, Gooley on 34. 24 balls remaining. I think Trinidad will be targeting minimum 160 from here. So what's that? So that's 41 runs in 4 overs. That's the bare minimum I think they're targeting, 160. "24 balls before I can go to bed and leave you lot to see the remainder of this match." Right, Ronaldo Ali Mohammed, the ball comes to him for the first time in the innings. I think he went, was he not? I think he was super expensive in the first match. I think he went at like 14 or something. I think he went at 14 runs per over. I think he got a wicket, maybe 2. I think, Matt, that they just didn't pick him, which you may say is weird, but when you look at Imlac's strike rate, I presume they were like, this guy don't know how, this guy can't play T20. It'd be like putting Craig Brathwaite in T20. Ali Mohammed in to De Silva, wide ball. Reload that, go again. This one is wide again, but De Silva goes after it, and it's a 6. Way over the covers, in front of square. And that's 6 runs, and that takes De Silva past his 50. He goes to 54 from 32 balls. It was trash from Ali Mohammed, and De Silva gave it the full treatment, no risk whatsoever. Trinidad 126 for 4. Mohammed can't afford, Ali Mohammed can't afford to bowl in that area if he has no pace. Respectfully, he's a medium. I don't know if I can even call him medium quick. He's gone round the wicket now. De Silva goes after that. That may have just gone all the way up in the air, to be fair, and dropped. And dropped. Goes all the way up in the air, and I think the point fielder was running backwards to try and catch it. Maybe it was actually short third man. And it went way up in the air, but of course the catch was dropped, and they get 2. Oh, crunched. Right in the slot for De Silva, and De Silva sends that way over deep mid-wicket for 6. Ali Mohammed went at 14 runs per over in the first game, and he's getting treated like a... Let me just close my mouth because I'm about to say something reckless. Another 6 for De Silva. Ali Mohammed again. De Silva goes after it again. This may be caught in the deep, though. No chance. No chance whatsoever. It's all the way down the ground this time. Way over where long on would have been. And this over has gone wide 6-2, 6-6. Ali Mohammed getting the absolute treatment. Getting treated like a slag. Two balls left for Ali Mohammed. He's gone for 21 so far in 4. 2 balls left to go. He goes back over the wicket this time. Silva goes again. This should be out this time. On the back foot, it's an uppercut shot. And this time he's taken. It's Kevin Sinclair down at deep point. But Josh De Silva's done his job. He goes for 68 from 35 balls. And more importantly, one of the reasons why De Silva could do that and just go shot after shot after shot is because Josh knows that the next batter is Joshua James. So there's no risk in De Silva now playing like this because the next guy coming in is the genuine big hitter in the team. So you have to start playing risk cricket, knowing that there's someone coming up where the game is now set up for him to try and tee off. So 1 ball left of the 17th over. It will be to... I don't know. They may have crossed over. But I think it'll be to... Is Gooley on strike? No, it'll be to James, who is on strike. TC says I favour Chino McGregor. Let me go look at what Chino McGregor looks like. I thought Johan bowled a good spell yesterday. I thought it was really good. Okay, yeah, I see that, TC. Okay. Chino McGregor. Fine, I'll accept that one. What's that? Over? Joshua James thought that was wide, but it's not a wide, and that brings an end to the over. 140 for 5 from 17. So 18 balls left. Trinidad eyeing up probably 170, they'll hope. 30 and 18 balls. Yeah, I think they'll be eyeing up 170 from here. Minimum. Josh said yesterday that 170 at night is like a par to good score on this wicket. So that's definitely what they'll be aiming for. Yeah, Shane, I'm with you. The biggest issue I've got with Josh James is that, again, it's the roti belly thing. He's carrying. I know he's a big guy, like a soups. Like I saw him in Ireland when I went to watch West Indies Academy. Gooley goes after this one and it's absolutely crunched down the ground. Just latches onto it in a split second. Absolutely smoked. Who's that? Oh, Samson. You can't bowl at that pace and put it in the slot. You're going to get absolutely creamed if that happens. Right, so 6 from the first ball, and Samson and Guyana are immediately under pressure. Down the ground, this time along the floor. They'll only get 1 this time, brings Joshua James onto strike. Gooley's on 41 from 24. I think Gooley did well in the first match as well, didn't he? I think he got like 30 odd. Did he get a red inker? Was he not out in the first match? There you go. Matt said it, actually. So Gooley made 39, not out last match yet. Two balls gone in the 17th, 18th over, sorry. 7 off it so far. What's this? Wait, what are we doing here? Taking long. I hate when cricket does this. Move the game on, man. Right, Samson into James. Yep, James goes for the forehand smash. But the long off fielder is able to field that, and it's only 1. Why is this over taking so long, man? Stop talking and just no run. Wide. Goes after it, Gooley. And he'll catch a thick outside edge. There's no slip. 4 runs again for Gooley. He moves to 45, not out. One ball left of this over. Trinidad 152 for 5. Jid Gooley going at a strike rate of 170. Final ball. He'll go after it. He does. I think that's going to be caught in the outfield. Oh no, it plugs. Plugs past 2 fielders running in on the ball. 1 from the perimeter, 1 coming in off the boundary, and it plugs in the mid-wicket outfield. Gooley gets away with it, gets 2 runs. Okay, so 2 overs remaining. Trinidad 154 for 5. Gooley's on 47. Josh De Silva just departed for 68. Joshua James is there with him, but he's barely faced any balls, so a lot. At the moment, it seems how much more Jidguli can add, but if Josh James can add a couple sixes or maybe a couple fours, he's certainly got the game to do that. Trinidad are definitely eyeing up 170 minimum. They need another 16 from 12 remaining balls, which seems like an absolute given. They could get to 180. Blades, he is back. He's got one over remaining. Slower ball, but it's called a wide. He'll have to reload that. Joshua James got nowhere near that, but it was given them wide. Right, Blades in again to Josh James. Again, slower ball, pace off. This one isn't called a wide. Josh James threw the shot well before the ball got to him. Eminem says non-league footballers are fitter than these guys. Yep, 100%. And non-league footballers are working the 9 to 5 and then playing football. Blades in against James. James is obviously trying to go for the big shots here. And he gets onto the wide one. Won't beat the deep cover fielder, but does come back for 2. Oh, and there's wanted an overthrow there, but Jid wasn't paying attention. Did he get 1 or 2 there? Oh, it was. Wait, what happened there? Yeah, they came back for 2. So James still on strike. 3 off the over so far. 4 legal deliveries to go. I think James wants a 6. He already wants one. He's only faced 4 balls, but it's clear what he wants. Pounces onto that one, but can't get enough on it. So it goes straight back down the ground. Only gets a single. Right, so that brings Jidguli on strike. Remember, Trinidad are clearly eyeing up 170 here. They need another 12 runs. I think they'll get more than 170, but they need another 12 to get there. Right, what's... Right, Blades to Gooley. And, nearly, he kind of not shoulder arms it, but caught the splice of his back. And short fine leg was in the game for a moment, but it drops just in front of short. And he only gets 1. Good over this from Blades. Right, Blades to James. Wide. He'll have to bowl that again. So Trinidad's 160 is up, which I would which Josh De Silva said is about the bare minimum you want on this ground. So Trinidad clearly will be eyeing up some more after this. Blades obviously trying to push it across the batter and make them chase it, but it's had 2 wides in this over. This one is in James's slight arc, but it's only gone high up in the air and goes over the keeper who's running back to try and catch it, and they'll get 2. One ball left of the 19th. Yeah, Carlos making a good point here. Blades is clearly following the plan properly. Right, can Blades get out of the over? Even with the 2 wides, he's bowled a really good over here. He just needs to avoid Joshua James's slot. And again, slower ball, cutter into the track. James threw the shot for the 3rd time without getting anything on it. 2 wides, only 8 runs off it by Jadair Blades. And that's a really good piece of work. He finishes his spell 4 overs, 2 for 18. So 1 over left. Will it be Niall Smith who bowls it? Trinidad on 162 for 5. I will go to bed. As soon as this is done, people, I'm have to go to bed. I cannot do the second innings. It's 1:35 in the morning in the UK. Can't do this. Can't do the Guyana reply. To do the Guyana reply, I should have taken a nap before starting this live, but I was watching the boxing. The cricket goes slow, you know. There's no excuse for the new over having not started yet. This is why people can't stand modern day T20. Games just taken. We've gone over 1.5 hours. Over should be done already by now. Anyways, Niall Smith will bowl. He'll bowl out here. Oh, no, he won't. Sorry, he's only bowled 2 for 20. Anyway, Smith around the wicket to Jid Gooley. And that's full. No room really for Jid to do anything with it. Gets it down to deep point, 1 run. Right, Jid 1 run away from his 50, but he's not on strike. 49 from 29 balls. Joshua James is struggling. He's struggling big time here. Seven more runs gets Trinidad up to 170. I still believe that's what they're targeting. 5 balls remaining in this over. We still haven't had the second ball bowled yet. This is why I hate cricket. It takes so long to get through overs. Yes, Sachin, dark side run punch. I've lost the number of the guy who runs it, so I can't reach out to him again. But I believe they're still going. Smith into James, and he gets a massive outside edge. Flies over the keeper's head, 4 runs. So tired. Come on, man. End this over. 4 balls remaining. Oh, this Niall Smith over is taking long, man. Full. Well bowled by Smith. Smashed down the ground all along the floor for 1 run. And that does or should, I think, oh, that was Joshua James. Sorry, he took a 2 before, didn't he? So that brings Jid Gooley onto strike. Gooley is 49 from 29. This ball should mean he gets to his 50. Right, 4th ball of the over. Smith into Gooley. Gooley goes after it. Toe end of the bat. Has he got enough on it, though? No, he hasn't. He doesn't get his 50. And he is caught. He's caught. I'm not sure which fielder was there. I'm going to say it might have been the long-off fielder. Or potentially even deep cut. No, actually, it looks like the man at extra cover. He's on the perimeter. Until I see the full picture, I'm not sure what position this player is in. But either way, Gooley has gone. Wait, nope, no ball. Gooley is not gone. Nell Smith has bowled a no ball. Wait, hold on. Are they saying no ball? That's a foot. Maybe they're not saying no. Oh, I don't know now. Maybe it's not no ball. I thought they were calling Gooley back and that was no ball. Oh, they're still looking at it seems. What's he saying here? They're waiting on the third umpire's decision. Oh, he's out. So Gooley is out. He doesn't reach his 50. 168 for 6. 2 balls left of the 20th over. So Gooley out for 49. Joshua De Silva 68. Trinidad 168 for 6. 2 balls remaining before we have this innings go to a close. McKenny Clark has come out. It's interesting. I know it's bowlers next, but still, they must think that McKenny Clark has got something in his locker. Right, now Smith, who has the longest run-up of all time. This innings has been going an hour and 40 minutes. Unacceptable. Smith into McKenny Clark. And he gets down to try paddle that. And he does. Oh, credit to the fast bowler. He got down to try and do a really fine paddle. Gets it over short third man, and it runs away for 4. It's not even a paddle. It's like it's a deliberate kind of ramp here. So Trinidad get up to their 170. 1 ball remaining. Guyana will have to go some to chase this down. Final ball, Niall Smith to McKenny Clark. And McKenny Clark goes down the ground. Smith fields. What on earth? Oh my God. And they run through. They run a single after both the bowler and the keeper miss the stumps with 2 different attempts. And Trinidad end on 173 for 6. Kudos to Joshua De Silva. That's not what I want. This one. Kudos to Joshua De Silva. He led from the front with 68, the captain, ably supported by Jid Gooley. It was their partnership after... Who got out before? Whoever got out, I can't remember now off the top of my head. But when Jid Gooley joined Joshua De Silva at the crease, they spent about maybe 3 to 4 overs consolidating. And then from the 12th or 13th, from about the 14th over onward, they really started teeing off. De Silva, like I say, raced away to 68. Jid Gooley raced away to 49. And that rebuilding. So De Silva's 68 from 36 balls. Remember, De Silva opened with Django. And Jid Gooley, 49 from 30 ball, has powered Trinidad up to 173 for 6. Guyana are going to have a very, very hard time chasing this. The partnership between Gooley and De Silva, 77 runs from 41 balls. Even Gooley and James, most of it done by Gooley, 28 runs from 19 balls. And then with the ball, the standout bowler for Guyana, Jadea Blades, 4 overs, 2 for 18. Ashmead Ned, 4 overs, 2 for 25. Kevin Sinclair, 3 overs, none for 23. Everybody else caught tap. I think this is Trinidad's game. But anyways, listen, people. Listen, people. Let me just lock this off from the Keel's talking. Let me call this. Let me take that one off. So, people, I did a 1 hour and 45 minute watch along of the first innings between Trinidad and Guyana. I have nothing left in my locker. I've got nothing left. You lot, maybe Werewolf will start a stream. Go jump into his Werewolf. Maybe Cricket Forum is doing a stream. TC's uncle, maybe he's doing a stream. But I got to go to bed, people. I got nothing left. Absolutely nothing. So big up Trinidad. Well done. 173 for 6. That's probably the best innings of the tournament so far. When Gooley and De Silva were at the crease, it actually looked like two players who know how to play T20 cricket. So good. That's the first time in the tournament, apart from Alex 90-odd, Kofi James this morning. It's the first time in the tournament I've thought, okay, I'm watching something close to what T20 cricket batting must look like. But anyways, people, go watch TC's uncle's stream if it's up. Otherwise, Werewolf might do something. But I'm out, people. I've got to go to sleep. I'll see you all very, very soon. Am I dropping anything tomorrow? If you listen to the Caribbean Cricket Podcast on audio platforms, we finally dropped a podcast on the audio platforms for the first time in about 2 months because we've had some issues behind the scenes with that. And Santoki and I are recording an episode tomorrow evening. So look out for something dropping tomorrow evening with that. Also got some news coming in the next few days and weeks, which I can't release yet, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe Caribbean Cricket Podcast will actually end up being a viable entity. Maybe. But we'll see. Look out for some news on that front in the next few weeks or so. Anyways, people, I'm out of here. Got to go sleep. Catch you all very, very soon. Oh, no, not yet. Let me take this off the screen. I'll catch you all very, very soon. On the way out, people, like, share, subscribe if you haven't already done so. I'll see you very, very soon.
West Indies Cricket, Caribbean Cricket Podcast.